Hey guys, my name is Tomer. I'm the founder of Linktify.io, and today we're going to be talking about how to get B2B deals on LinkedIn. So there's a couple key concepts we need to remember before we even start to get leads on LinkedIn and close deals. The first concept is lead quality and offer, and how these two need to match each other. So when it comes to lead quality, we need to make sure that our leads are actually looking for our solution and that our offer actually solves their problem. And so the lead quality and our offer must match. If they don't match, then we're not going to be able to close any deals on LinkedIn. So usually what people do is they go on LinkedIn search params, on Sales Navigator or just regular LinkedIn search, and they try and find leads by filtering down their search and then reaching out to them manually. But that doesn't really work because all the leads are slightly different and there's no chance that all of them are actually going to be looking for our solution, which is the second concept here under offer. So instead what we're going to do is we're going to go to Linktify.io, and instead of just pasting a LinkedIn search URL or something, we're going to go to this lead finder feature here, and we're going to edit this search, and we're going to find our leads this way. So in this example, I'm going to be pretending like I'm looking for leads and to close deals for my own software, Linktify.io, and I'm going to say my ICP is salespeople at a SaaS company. And let's just do sales decision makers. And the beauty of this tool is this doesn't need to be exact, it doesn't need to be precise, it doesn't need to be super specific. The software is smart enough to kind of know what you're talking about and find people based on that. So we're going to click find leads, and as this is loading, I'm going to go ahead and talk about our script. And the beauty of this script is no matter what your vertical is, you can kind of change a couple of different things here and it'll work for anything regardless of what the vertical you are in. So the first thing you're going to want to do is send a connection request. And there's statistics that show that an empty connection request gets the most acceptance, like the highest acceptance rate, but it doesn't actually always lead to the highest deal close rate. You actually want to make sure what you're sending them kind of makes sense and you're trying to connect with them in a way. And so the first connection request message is going to say, hi name, notice you're in sales, always looking to connect with like-minded sales folks. So if someone sees a message like this, there's no reason for them not to accept it. It's very low barrier to entry. It doesn't look threatening. It doesn't seem like anything that's kind of out of the order or something strange. So then what we're going to do is we're going to wait 1 hour and we're going to hook them. And the hook means we're going to ask them a question which is going to prompt them to respond to us. And what we're going to do is send them something like this. Hey name, just checked your profile. Looks like you're doing a lot of outbound. Do you find a lot of your customers on LinkedIn? Now, there's a high chance that they're going to reply to this because these are leads that we know are actively looking for a solution. The reason we know that is because if we go back to Linktify, we already found some leads for us. It's finding leads based on key signals on LinkedIn. So if somebody has liked a post or made a post that they're looking for a particular solution or commented on something, that gets added as a LinkedIn signal and gets scraped and added to your leads here. So we know that these people are already somewhat interested in our solution, and you can see those signals here. So when we send them a question like this, our hook, the chances of them replying are a lot higher because they do actually do a lot of outbound and they do find a lot of their customers on LinkedIn. So once they reply, we're going to send them something like this, depending on what the reply is. It's going to say something like nice or that sounds cool. And then we're going to introduce ourselves and we're going to get right to the point and we're going to tell them what it is that we do and how we can help them. So in this case, I can say I'm the founder of Linktify.io. We automate your LinkedIn outreach and find you leads that are already looking for your solution. Are you free on Tuesday for a demo? Let me know and I can send you my calendar link. By the way, here's a case study on how we helped X go from Y to Z in sales with the link here. So this is good for a couple of reasons. We're getting straight to the point. We're telling them what it is we do in the very first sentence here. We're kind of creating some urgency, or we're kind of seeming more serious when we're saying, are you free on Tuesday for a demo? So we're picking a specific day for them. We're not just saying, here's my calendar link and book whenever you want. It actually shows that we're kind of busy and we're kind of thinking of a specific day of when we can talk to them. And if they are interested, then we can send our calendar link for them to pick a specific time. And the number one thing That's the kind of the most important thing when you're doing B2B sales, is to always have a case study. If you don't have a case study, you're kind of starting out, that's fine. You don't need to send this part. You can just leave this kind of couple sentences here. But if you do, it's really great to kind of do a one-liner on what the case study is about and add a link. And then people can see, you have proof of concept, and they're more likely to get on a call with you because they can see that you can actually help them. And so then what we're going to do is we're going to go back to Linktify. We're going to select all these leads it picked for us. And as you can see here, it's searching for fresh leads based on LinkedIn signals. So every time someone makes a post or a comment who we don't have here, they're going to be added to this list and added to our campaign. So we're going to add them to our campaign. We're going to call this, I'm just going to make this an example campaign here. And we're going to create this campaign. Once it's created, we're going to go to this example campaign. We're going to edit this workflow. And then we're just going to follow along what we have here. So the first thing we have is a connection request. We're going to do a connection request. We're going to say, hi, first name. And then we can just copy and paste the rest that we had here. So if they accept our connection request, we're going to wait 1 hour. And we're going to do the next step, which is our hook. We're going to do this right here. We're going to click send them a message, and it's going to say, hey, first name, so on and so forth, what we described before. Let me just make sure I have it here. So we got the right variable. Oops. So we got this message. And that's it. Once they reply, we're going to end this here. Actually, what we're going to do is we're going to change this to we're going to do this a bit smarter. We're going to edit this, and instead we're actually going to view their profile. Then we're going to wait another hour, and then we're going to send them that message. And the reason this makes sense is because we're saying here that we just checked your profile. So we're going to add that here. I'm going to copy and paste this. And so now this looks real smooth. So we sent the connection request message, we viewed their profile, then we sent them a message. We can leave this if they don't accept off for now. And then what we can do is we can schedule to launch our campaign. We're going to pick our business hours, and then we're going to launch this campaign. So we're going to launch it here. Here's a preview of what it looks like. And these are real leads that we've added. Hi, Mike. Notice you're in sales. This all looks good. And then we're going to launch this campaign. And so what's going to happen is once the replies are going to start coming in, you can see an example here. We're going to see something that looks like this. This is a real convo that I had with somebody. And that's when we're going to filter in our replies here with our case study. And then we're going to book calls like that. So hope this video has been helpful to you guys. If you're interested in this tool, I'll leave the link to it in the description. Thanks for watching, and go ahead and crush some deals.